Hello everyone, Whitebox here with another game of Spirit Island. I've got a little time before my civilization night tonight, so I'm gonna get my first couple turns in with this game and see how I go, and then pick it up a little bit later. For this next game, I'm gonna be doing Hearth-Vigil, pairing it with another spirit that I think fits thematically with that, and that's gonna be River Surges in Sunlight using the Haven aspect. So the new aspect for River that came with Nature Incarnate. So Haven replaces your innate power Massive Flooding, which is a big part of River normally, and you get Call to a Sunlit Haven. It's a fast power, range 0 from a Sacred Site, and the way it works is that E is the highest uncovered number on your energy track. Then you get Defend E, so defend up to 5, because you have up to 5 on the energy track. In an adjacent land with your presence, you can also defend E. In target land or an adjacent land with your presence, you can gather up to E to Han, which is a lot. And with the highest level, you can remove up to E health worth of invaders. So 5 health worth of invaders is quite a bit if you get to that highest level. So I think this is going to play a lot differently. River did have another aspect, Sunshine, which was also supposed to lean into more top track builds rather than the standard bottom track all the way, but Sunshine has some issues, not the least of which is that it has a 3-card starting hand, and that turns out to be really bad. So hopefully Haven plays a little bit better. I've heard it's quite fun, so I'm going to lean into Dahan this game and counterattacks. Forcing counterattacks works pretty well against the Habsburg Mining Expedition, and I'm going to be playing against the Habsburg Mining Expedition at level 6, just going all the way, trying it out and seeing how I do against that. So, let me do my initial explore here. They are the Empire Ascendant because there's less than 3 blight on each board. So, they're going to explore with 2 explorers instead of just 1. And that's going to be an issue because they're going to have some ravages on turn 1. So those turn 1 ravages are problematic. So I'm going to try to get in for some counterattacks. Okay. So that's their initial explore. I'm going to go ahead and go into my growth phase. So let's use, I guess, red for my markers here. And hopefully this game goes a little bit quicker than my last game against Scotland 6. I'm playing 2 simpler spirits, and I think it's a quicker adversary, so hopefully that is the case. So, Hearth-Vigil here. I don't have any presence over in the lands with invaders, and unfortunately board A, it's hard to get those get Dahan over into those lands. I think A1 is going to be the tricky one, because they are going to ravage twice in a row there, and I don't want that to happen. Not as worried about A6. I can probably let that one go as long as I can pull a Dahan out. So what I'll probably do, since my Dahan have extra health, is add a presence into A1, pull a Dahan in, just let them ravage, then they'll get some blight on the board, but counterattack will deal with things. So, with that in mind, I think I probably only need to do 1 card play since I have the Gather here from my bonus track. And the last time I kind of went for a bottom track build. I think I might go top track just for the sun to make it a little easier to get better thresholds on Word of Impending Conflict. And I think getting that energy early is going to be good. So I'm going to go top track. Let's go for a power card. Oh, I do have to add a presence to land with Dahan with that one, which I don't want to have to do. So I'm going to go grow 3, actually. Gain 3 energy. So 3 energy. I think I do still want to go top track. Yeah, that's probably fine. So let's go top track, then I only have to worry about 1 card play this turn. I've got Isolate, so I'm going into this land. I get another energy. Okay. So I think I'm just unlocking that space, and then I'm going to go all bottom track from there. But we'll see how that goes. So I only have to do one card play. Can do a little bit of damage here. So yeah, let's go with Coordinated Raid for 1 energy. With my bonus space here, I'm going to gather this Dahan into a 1. And I think I'm good. Over here on River, I really think that this aspect encourages you to get a lot of presence off the tracks, because you want to have a couple card plays and you also want to have a higher amount of energy. So I think I am going to do a lot of Girth 2s this game. I don't know that I need 2 card plays yet. I kind of want to... I think that 3 energy per turn space is going to be a really key here in this space, or in this game. And if I can force some Ravages, get some good counterattacks with Dahan, that's going to be quite strong. So let's see. So River's Bounty is going to be good in this matchup. Going to be doing a lot of River's Bounty. If I can get to that Reclaim 1, that's going to be good as well. But yeah, let's go. So if I do this, if I go top and bottom on Growth 2, I'll have 2 energy and 2 card plays, which will be good, I think. And I'll be able to get to 3 energy per turn next turn, so that's pretty good. The thresholds here on Haven are not super difficult to hit, so that does make it a lot easier. So let's go. The problem with this board B is a tough one to start on because it's going to be difficult to get sacred sites all the way across the map that will hit a lot of things. So I think I do want to go there. And there. And I'll probably set up a sacred site here next turn. That way I can kind of River's Bounty and get some Dahan into that land, which will be a good counterattack. Probably let B2 go. There's no coastal land for Salzburg, for Habsburg Mining Expedition, so I don't have to worry about that coming up too early. So I get 2 energy. I do have 2 card plays, but I don't need a lot of defense right now. So I think I'll just go with River's Bounty. And start making more Dahan, repopulating the land a little bit. I am only going to do the 1 card play. I'm going to underplay a little bit, but I think that's okay. I'll need the 2 card plays for next turn, so yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's that. Let's go into the invader phase, fast phase actually. So fast powers, I do have Haven, so I can defend somewhere, but nowhere that I can really cover. But I do have Gather, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Or adjacent name with your presence. Okay. So let's just gather these Dahan in here. Start getting ready for stuff. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, so that's that. Next, we go to the invader phase. I do have Warn of Impending Conflict. It doesn't really matter in this case, but I'll do that here. So. Oh, I also have Keep Watch for new incursions. So I can gather up to 2 Dahan from my lands only. So I can gather 2 Dahan from here somewhere else. I don't think I need to. There's not really a place that I know is going to be good just yet, so it doesn't seem super useful. So I'll stick with my Dahan there. Alright, flip an event. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do my builds. So right here they are going to Ravage. That's fine. Getting Blight on the board is cool, because this was a mining land. Now, Blight added in my lands does not destroy my presence if any Dahan are present. And Dahan have +4 health in my lands. So they're only doing 3 damage. This Dahan have 6 health. So that's fine. He'll fight back and destroy 2 of those explorers. And that will work out nicely. This one, they are going to get a town. This one, they'll just remove this Blight. And that one, they'll get a town. I wonder if it would have been worth it to play Wash Away. No, I wanted to save that for next turn, so that's okay. Okay, so that's that. Now I shift this over. After the build, I put that in the wrong space. So after the build, they're going to build in a land with these guys, explorers. I know what those are. So let's do... I want to do that? Let's see. There's only one guy left there, so I don't have to worry about that land anymore. So I think I'll do it here. Because they were going to ravage that space anyway. So they get that. Yep. So a lot of stuff in that land, but I'll be able to get over there eventually. In Rivers board, maybe the same thing, just do B2. It's not going to come up again for a little while, so I think that's fine. So just like that. Okay. Then they're going to explore into Sands. And again, they have the Empire Ascendant, so they're exploring with 2 explorers. Which is an issue for A4 for sure. But I do have coordinated raids that I can do there. Maybe. Okay. That's that. So now I go to slow powers. So slow powers here. I've got River's Bounty, so I'm going to gather 1 Dahan into a B7. I add a Dahan and gain 1 energy. Then I've got Coordinated Raid over on Hearth-Vigil. So a couple places I could do it. I could clear out A7. Might be okay. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just going to clear out A7. So 1 damage, and if Dahan are present, 1 damage. So that's fine. So I won't have to worry about that land. And if I let a Cascade go through, then I don't have to worry about the Empire Ascendant anymore. So that's actually not too bad. They're going to ravage an A6, so they'll have a couple Blight. Let's see, 3, 4. Yeah, if I can stop 1, that'd be okay. Okay, so that's that. There's damage before invaders, so yeah, if I can get with a Warn of Impending Conflict, that'll be really good. But I don't want to lose Dahan. Okay, so yeah, I'm good. Let's figure out what I want to do. Alright, so discard cards, and then go back to growth. So growth here with River, I want to go to 3 energy. I'm not going to have the defense for B2, but that's totally fine. Let's work my way across the board. If I can get a Sacred Site over here in B3 next turn, I'll be able to set up a haven there. Or maybe I can do the defense somewhere else. I don't really know. I think that's okay. Yeah, again, being locked to the side here was not bad. Maybe I should have positioned these boards differently, but I just always do a random setup, so that's how it goes sometimes. Alright, so that's my growth with River. I get 3 energy. And I can probably start going growth 3. So let's go for flash floods. I could clear out B3. I don't know that I need to, because I'll be able to defend that pretty easily next turn. I could use it to just stop that cascade in A4. Might be okay. Boon of Vigor is going to be okay. Wash Away will be nice as well. So maybe Wash Away and Flash Floods. Let's save Boon of Vigor. So growth 2. Yeah, I think that's fine. Might have to reclaim turn 3, but that should be okay, actually. We'll see if I can push it off. Alright, over here, can't let B5 go. There'll be 2 blight added. I still won't ignore the Empire Ascendant, but that's okay. Alright, so on this spirit, I want to gather that Dahan in there. So you can do an isolate. Favors of Story and Season is going to be quite good. Quite good this game. Can leave that behind, but then it'll be difficult for me to get that many Dahan up there. Okay, well I can do it from A3. Okay, so I think I'll do Favors of Story and Season. I won't get River's Bounty back though if I do this. So that one, maybe I'll save until next turn. Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've got a plan. So let's go with growth 2. I'm going to gain a minor. Got a lot of good ones. Promises of Protection is perfect. Guardian Serpents is nice as well. Yeah, these are awesome. So let's go with one of the Dahan powers for sure. So Promises of Protection, Pact of the Joint Hunt, or Guardian Serpents. All excellent cards. I think I like Promises of Protection. Pact of the Joint Hunt would be better for River, at least elements-wise. And I think I'll go with Promises of Protection. I'm going to go from bottom. I'd like to set up another Sacred Site. So let's do that here. I think that's good. Alright, Promise of Protection, and I think I'll save Favors of Story and Season until next turn, because River is going to be reclaiming this turn anyway, most likely. So I can start getting Fear. I think Call to Vigilance is going to be good. I get 1 energy. Yeah, that's fine. Don't get the air for Keep Watch for new incursions, but I'll have that next turn. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so I get 1 energy, and then 2 energy for Call to Vigilance. And I'm ready for Fast Powers. So Fast Powers here, let's go with Promises of Protection, I'm gonna move these 2 Dahan into this land. I'm also gonna gather 1 Dahan over here. So I'll leave those guys. No, I do want to keep those there, so we'll gather these guys. Now, those Dahan have +2 health, so they have 4 health in this land. And I'll probably just let the Cascade come, so that I ignore the Empire Ascendant. I think that's probably fine. Clear the land out. And then I don't have to worry about that level 6 effect on board A. And it'll make it a lot easier to deal with. So let's let that Ravage happen. With Flash Floods then. Do I want Flash Floods or Boon of Vigor? I think I do want Flash Floods. So coastal land, probably just start cleaning up B2 a little bit because it's got a lot of stuff that I have to worry about. I don't want everything there. So let's go with Flash Floods here. I'll let them build here because I'm going to be able to defend that next turn and clean it up. So just to start whittling them away a little bit. Then I've got Haven, so I'm going to use that here. So this land is defended 3, and because I have 1 sun, 2 water, and 1 earth, I can also do that in an adjacent land with my presence. So this land's defended 3, that's the more important one. And that's it. Then let's see, I've got Warn of Impending Conflict and Keep Watch for New Incursions. So let's see, I don't have the damage from it just yet. So let's just start moving some Dahan over into A8 with Keep Watch for New Incursions. I'll also just target my land, so in one of my lands, Dahan deal damage before invaders during ravages. Sure, I think that's good. Alright, so now, 9 o'clock, so let me finish out this turn, and then I'll take a break until probably tomorrow. Alright, so we got an event. I've got an influx of settlers. On the single board with the most towns and cities, add 1 town per player, split between as many different lands as possible. I think I got that last game. So, single board with the most. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's this one. Split between as many different lands as possible. Okay. So I can't add it to A4 because I don't have that much health. I can go in there. That's fine, because 1 Dahan's going to deal damage before them, so it will kill that town. And, yeah, I guess here. Yeah, I'll just do a coast. Well. Yeah, coast is fine. Okay. Sandstalkers. So on each board, add 1 beast to the sands with the most invaders. 1 fear if invaders are present there. Yep. 2 fear. And network of support and trade. When invaders ravage, if the land has Dahan, defend 1, plus defend 1 per adjacent Dahan. So lots of defense. So actually they won't cascade here. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. That's fine. So let's go into the ravage in mountains. So one of these Dahan is going to do damage first, so it will kill that town. The remaining guy will just suicide against all the Dahan there. This one will ravage. Here, that one will ravage. This one will ravage as well. It's defended 1 million now, so they will fight back and wipe that clean. Then we build in sands, so they're going to ravage here instead of build because that's a mining land. These Dahan do have extra health, but they're defending, so they're defending a lot thanks to networks of support and trade, so they'll just fight back and kill those guys. They don't actually cascade. Here, it's an actual build. And here, we get a blight. So unfortunately timed poorly because if I had split it up better, I would have at least one of the boards that didn't have the Empire Ascendant. Instead, they each are still going to get it. So we'll see how that works out. So after shifting that over, then we get the builds. I don't really want to do it in here because that's going to make that a lot harder to deal with. But I do have wash away, so I can wash them away. So it's not the end of the world. So I'll actually probably do that. Let's build in here and replace one of those guys. Over on board A, I guess I'll do it in A5. Now I know that A6 is not going to come up for a little while, so I'll just keep pushing that problem off. Go in there. And this one does have 6 things, which is a little risky. I don't want them to get to 8, so I'm going to have to deal with that fairly soon. Alright, then we've got Explore into Jungle. Cool. So I'm still Ascendant Empire, unfortunately. I messed up a little bit. So they're going to get 2 Explorers in each of these lands. Jungle's rough, actually. Okay. Yeah. Well, see what happens. So I can push those. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll figure something out. So then we go ahead and go to slow powers. So slow powers here. I'm gonna use wash away. I do want to let another ravage happen, but I don't really want it to be cascade. I can't stack up too much stuff either without dealing with it because of the loss condition. So maybe I'll just push all of these guys into there. I'll lose a presence. Don't love. Or is it this one? Either way, I'm going to lose a presence. So let's do this here, because I should be able to defend that land a lot. I'll also have Flash Floods back. So one less actually makes it a little easier. So if I can have a Ravage go through here, that's actually okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. So that's good. Maybe I'll just push 2 in here, actually. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Okay, so those were slow powers with River. I got Wash Away. Then I also have Call to Vigilance. So 2 fear if invaders are present, and for each Dahan in the origin land, I can push up to 1 Explorer or Town. Don't have a great place to do this. I can only push 1 thing. Well, let's see, if I push this town out, it might be a little easier to deal with land A8. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. So yeah, I think that's fine. I do get 2 fear for that. So I'm gonna cut it here, and I'll be back to finish this up a little bit later. Alright everybody, I am back. I'm gonna go ahead and discard cards from the end of last turn, and that'll be good to get into the next one. Okay. So where did I leave off? Well, Right now, a little bit concerned about a couple things. They are going to Ravage here. I guess that's fine. They're going to upgrade a unit. It won't actually cascade, and that means that there will be 4 Blight on that island, so they won't get their Empire Ascendant extra explorers anymore. Over here on this board, they're going to Ravage here, which I'm fine to let go through, because then I'll have 2 Dahan in there to fight back and kill all of those guys. So that'll clear that out. Again, removing the Empire Ascendant, so I don't have to worry about that for the rest of the game. This one, it'll stop the Ravage, and I'll try to get in there next turn to do something about that and fight back. So that's kind of my goal, and we'll see what happens with all that. This Sands I need to defend, but I think I'll be able to defend it enough, so shouldn't be a problem. So, with all that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and go growth 3 on River. Going from top, so I can get that 4 energy space, and I definitely want a Sacred Site right here. I guess I could get the Sacred Site there instead, because I can do the defense. It depends on what major I pick up, because I am going a major. Early major with River. I don't think Flash Floods is super useful for Haven River, because you can't combo with Massive Flooding. So the fact that I can just kind of get rid of that and dump it for a major early, I think is going to be good. So I've got Unleash a Torrent of the Self-Zone Essence. Not really on Element Forever. It does have Sun and Water. Potentially a lot of damage, but I'm probably not going to threshold that. Maybe. If I get a bunch of Fire Miners, I could. So it could be okay, actually, if I'm going top track River. Poison Lands, not really good. Towards the Consuming Void is potentially good. I mean, that's always a fun card. I'm not quite going to have enough energy for it this turn, though. So I don't think I'll go with that. And Manifest Incarnation does have Sun. That's Animal, so that's good. Has Earth. That's what I need. Okay, so that doesn't have Water, but I think that's okay, because I only need the 1 land defended. So I might go Manifest Incarnation. Can use it here. Yeah, I like that card. Okay, I'm going Manifest Incarnation. I'm going to just forget Flash Floods from discard. Alright, I am going there, so I'm going to get 4 energy. And I will play Manifest Incarnation and Boon of Vigor. Okay, that's good. I'm going to be a little bit energy poor, but I just won't play a major next turn. Actually, I'm getting 4 per turn, so it's not a big deal. Next turn is Reclaim turn. That's going to be fine. Alright, so Hearth-Vigil. What am I saying? Hearth-Vigil. Next up here. Can warn of impending conflict. Keep watch for new incursions. Okay, so what do I want to do with Hearth-Vigil? I want to keep moving down bottom track, I think. I've got enough energy for that, and I have a 3 energy per turn space, so that's not an issue. So what I probably want to do is move into A8, so I can set up for a big counterattack there next turn, get that city cleared out. That's going to be pretty useful, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. So I want to go growth 2 or growth 3. I'm not sure. I think I want a power card. I can maybe push off my reclaim depending on what I get. So let's go for another miner. I'm going to have 4 energy this turn, so I could maybe risk it for a major. I don't have cards that I'd love to forget, and I'm going for higher card plays anyway. So getting another miner seems to make sense to me. So getting a miner. Okay, so Thriving Choke Fungus, it's okay. Not really on element. Absorb Corruption, it's a little too expensive for what it does. Elements are good. Carapace Land is a fantastic card. And getting 2 Earth is pretty easy for me. And Teeming Rivers can remove Blight, but I don't really want to remove Blight because that makes the Empire Ascendant come back, and I don't want that. So I think Carapace Land is the choice here. It's the best card that is listed. Defend 6 will come in handy next turn, actually. This turn, I'm fine with letting Blight go through. So that's good. Going bottom track. Going in here. With my Gather 1 Dahan into one of my lands, I'm going to gather this Dahan. And I think I'm going to move one of my presents in there. I'll leave the other behind. That way I at least set up a sacred site in that land. Alright, I'm doing that real correctly this time, unlike my last Hearth-Vigil game, because when all of the Dahan leave my lands, then I may move with that Dahan. And I could move both of them, but I don't want to. I want to leave one behind there. Carapace Land I'm going to save till next turn, so I'm going to do Favor of Story and Season, and Surrounded by the Dahan. Yep, that's good. Did I want to gather this one? Actually, I'm going to leave this one here for now. I had a different plan. Promise. I was actually going to gather this one in here. That's right, because I wanted 2 there to counterattack. So that's fine. Yeah, so that's the gather. Okay. So the Reclaim... I could maybe push off a Reclaim with River thanks to Favors and Story and Season. We'll see what happens. Okay, cool. So I am good with all of that, so let's go into Fast Powers. So Favors and Story and Season is going to target River. It's going to gather up to 3 Dahan into one of their lands. I'm just going to gather in here. Just 1. And if I have at least 3 Dahan among my lands, which I do, I gain 1 energy. And I can reclaim a card instead of discarding it at the end of the turn. It might not matter, but I'm going to set something aside. I'm doing a Vigor, just in case I decide to do that. And then I've also got Surrounded by the Dahan, so 0 range, and 2 fear if invaders are present. I'm going to target A3, so I get 2 fear. Got my first fear card. 1 additional fear if Dahan outnumber towns and cities, which they do, and that land becomes isolated. Okay. Then Boon of Vigor. I'm going to go ahead and target Hearth-Vigil, so it gets 2 energy. So yeah, Major probably coming up soon for Hearth-Vigil. These spirits support each other pretty well, I think. I've also got Haven, so I've got 4 energy unlocked, so I have Defend 4. So I'm going to go ahead and target this land with a Defend 4. I don't have a second water, so I don't have the 2nd level, but I do have the 3rd level. So in target land or an adjacent land with my presence, I can gather up to E Dahan. So let's go ahead and move. Let's see, I'm not in there, so that's a little bit more difficult, but let's get more Dahan adjacent to here. So I'm going to gather 1 Dahan in there. I think that's good. Okay, so that's fine. I think I also have Warn of Impending Conflict, so I'll go ahead and do that here, I guess. So in one of my lands, 1 Dahan deals damage before invaders during Ravages. Doesn't really matter. And keep watch for new incursions. I think I do have just the 1st level, so I can gather up to 2 Dahan from my lands only. So let's see what's coming up. I probably want to start dealing with A6, because that's a lot of stuff in there. Getting close to the Habsburg loss condition. So let's gather these 2 Dahan in A6, and I will follow along with my presence, so that I'll be able to hopefully deal with that before I lose. So right now there's 6 things in there, If they explore, there's 7. So yeah, that's problematic for sure. Okay. Yep, so that's that. Then, yeah, I'm good. So let's go to an event. I've got focused farming. I'm getting all of the Blighted Island events out before I hit a Blighted Island this turn. So on each board, add 1 explorer and 1 town to a land without towns or blight. Okay. That's a little risky. I don't want to do it. Well, I mean, I'm going to get a Blighted Island anyway, so maybe I'll just put it in A7, because they're going to fight back and kill that town. And a lot of another blight, which I don't love, but I shouldn't blight out, so I think that'll be okay. So I'll do that. That'll get destroyed right away. That one's only defended 4, so I don't want to add anything else to it. So let's go here. Okay. Then I have Explorer's Blunder. So on each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Cool. That makes that not a mining land, so that'll be good for the future. Means they're going to upgrade into a city, but that's okay. And Offerings of Story and Season, each spirit with at least 3 Dahan among its lands. I'm playing 2 Dahan spirits right now, so that's fantastic. Gains 1 energy and may reclaim 1 card. That's good. That's going to help River quite a bit. I got 1 energy on each. I'm going to reclaim River's Bounty. And I've got to reclaim at the end of the turn too, so yeah, that's pretty strong. Okay, cool. Same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and reclaim probably Promises of Protection. No, I don't maybe need that. Call to Vigilance. I think I need the air more, so I'm going to go Call to Vigilance. So that'll let me destroy stuff when it gets added, so that'll be good. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Fear card. Unrest. Each player adds 1 strife to a town. Cool. Well, I'll stop that that blight from getting added. That's good. That one doesn't matter. I could stop this, but I want this to go through because I want 4 blight on this board, so that's fine. So let's just do it here. Actually, yeah, I don't have a town there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's okay for me. So let's go ahead and Ravage. So they're going to Ravage in Sands. Right here they do 1 damage. And we'll fight back and kill that town. For a few. Right here it's defended 4. They're doing 5 damage. And we'll fight back and clear this land out. And right here they will blight, which is okay. One of these guys gets upgraded thanks to Avarice Rewarded. And it does not cascade, which is good. And I go to a Blighted Island. Oh no, it's still Healthy Island. Actually, that might be really good. Let's see. So Strong Earth shatters slowly. Immediately, each player adds 1 blight from this card to a land adjacent to blight. Yeah, this is a weird one. I don't know that I like it, because you can go straight from getting this Still Healthy Island card to a Blighted Island. I don't know. It's weird. Alright. Land adjacent with blight. Okay. Can I do this without destroying any of my presents? Probably. Oh, wait, I added too many. Okay. Do a land adjacent to blight. So I can do it here and here, and that won't destroy my presence because blight added to this to my lands does not destroy my presence if Dahan are present. So I can do them both on that board, and yeah, that's fine. Okay. So still a healthy island card for now. Now I go to the build. So they are going to try to ravage here, but the disease stops that. Then they're going to successfully ravage here. So unfortunately, almost flip that blighted island card again. Lots of blight on the board. But it doesn't kill the Han. The Han have 6 health in this land, so they'll fight back and kill all of those explorers. I'm glad I picked up Carapace land, because I'm going to need to start... Yeah, maybe I should have gotten something with... Yeah, I'm going to change which card I decided to reclaim last turn, just because I need the Threshold Carapace land for next turn, most likely. Now I'll go Promises of Protection instead of Call to Vigilance. Once I get to this 3 card plays in the animal space, it's going to be a lot easier to keep watch for new incursions, and that's going to make the spirit like take off. It's going to be insane after that. Okay, yeah, so that was this board. This board, they are going to blight, so yeah, I guess I do immediately go to a blighted island, which is unfortunate. Memory fades to dust, so at the start of each invader phase, each spirit forgets a power or destroys one of their presence. That's not too bad. I do want a lot of presence for River, but it's really the sacred sites that matter, so that's not awful, really. Okay, so those were my... Oh wait, no, this is a real build. What am I doing? I'm used to mining lands. So that is an actual build, not a ravage. So I am still a healthy island. Let me get that back. I think I'll do a different white card so I don't know what's coming. And what was I? I was still healthy. Strong Earth shatters slowly. Okay, sorry about that. That's a mistake. That was not a mining land, so they're not ravaging there. So I still have 1 blight left on this card. Okay, after the build, they're going to build somewhere with an explorer. So I'll get a couple of towns, probably. I think I'm fine building here, so I'll be able to deal with that okay. And maybe, let's see, if I do it here, I'm doing Manifest Incarnation there anyway. But I don't have that land defended, so I don't want to add add a town there. So yeah, if I had that defended, it'd be a little bit different, but yeah, don't want to do it here. So probably here, because that's a healthy land, and it will build a city, but that's okay. Alright, so that was from Mining Boom. Now they're going to go ahead and explore into wetlands. Now each board has at least 4 blight, so I don't have to worry about the Empire Ascendant. So they're exploring with 1 explorer instead of 2. Unfortunately, both of those are still mining lands. This one's going to be fine, so that's okay. Yeah, so that's good. And then we've got the escalation as well, so they're going to explore into lands that don't match a Ravager build. So they're going to explore into either sands or mountains. I don't want to put it into A6, so let's go. Yeah, if I explore in here, it's going to be a mining land anyway, so let's just go there. And there. Okay, so that's all of their stuff. Now I come to my slow powers. I've just got Manifest Incarnation, which is going to go in here. So it's going to be 6 fear. It's another fear card. Plus 1 fear for each town, city, and presence, which is 3 more. Then remove one city, one town, and one explorer. And then the invaders immediately ravage in that land, doing 1 damage. And that's it. So yeah, really, really good card. It's expensive, but it can be quite strong. And that land's dealt with, so that helps quite a bit. Alright, so that's my only slow power. I'm going to discard cards and go back to growth. I'm going to reclaim Boon of Vigor, thanks to Favors of Story and Season. Get these cards back. And that's good, because that means I can go ahead and push off my reclaim on River. I can just keep adding presence, which I think is pretty powerful for this particular aspect. I think I would like to... Let's see, I'm going to have a decent amount of energy. I could get another major, try to replace Manifest Incarnation, possibly. Yeah, I do need something with Earth if I want to defend this with Haven, so I could let it go. I don't really love that idea, just because it would push me to a Blighted Island for real this time. Okay. So yeah, I think I will gain a power card. I mean, I could put 2 presents in here, but that doesn't seem worth it, so I'm going to just gain a power card. Yeah, I'm going to gain another major. I'll have a lot of energy. Okay. Melt Earth into Quicksand, that's a cool one. It's got Earth, Water, Moon. Yeah. Winds of Rust and Atrophy. It's kind of a boring card, but it's good defense. Or Curse of Dread and Bone is potentially really good. It's slow. The problem with Melt Earth into Quicksand is that it only targets sands and wetlands, but it's pretty strong. If I get something that moves invaders, then yeah, that'll be really good. And, you know, I might be able to threshold that depending on what miners I get. I don't really have a fantastic place for it right now, unless I go into a 5. Yeah, actually that's pretty good. So let's get Melt Earth into Quicksand. I'm going to forget Manifest Incarnation from discard. It's a great card, but I got good use out of it, and I'm fine with getting rid of it, because I can't really afford 2 majors. Yeah, that's good. I get to add a presence, and I think I'll go from bottom and push for 3 card plays, and getting that Reclaim 1 is going to be nice. I don't think that I'm going to need 5 energy per turn, so yeah, from bottom, going into a 5. Which gets me a Sacred Site there, yep. After invaders are moved into target land, so I would have to move stuff into there, but I think maybe I can do that. Alright, we'll see what happens. I'll see if I can push stuff in. It might be better on a future turn. Okay. So 4 energy. Let's pay for Melt Earth into Quicksand, and I think River's Bounty is the way to go. That'll be pretty strong. Yeah, that's a good turn, I think. Okay, coming over to Hearth-Vigil. I have 2 cards left, so I can push off the Reclaim. I could gain a new card and get to 3 card plays, and I've got plenty of energy, so I don't think I'm going to do that. So let's gain a card. Let's see. My cards in hand are free. So I could shoot for a major. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Going for a major. So I don't have anything that's amazing here for the spirit. No Dahan powers, really. But I do have flow like water, reach like air. And combined with melts earth into quicksand, that's going to be fantastic. Now, I won't be able to threshold it this turn. I need to get a card with water, which I don't have right now. So if I can get a card with water, just a minor, then I'll be able to do quite a bit with this. So I think I'm going to take reach, like flow like water, reach like air. I might even just use it this turn, because I can pull a lot of stuff into the quicksand land and destroy it. And bring up to, yes, I don't have to bring everything. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. And once I can do cities, yeah, that's going to be fantastic. Okay, yeah. Combining that with melt earth into quicksand is going to be amazing, so I'm taking that. No brainer. And I'll just forget something from a discard. Let's forget... maybe Surrounded by the Dahan. It's good fear. But I think I have better things to do. Coordinated raid, also. I kind of need it for the earth. And the push is good. Okay. Yeah, let's forget Surrounded by the Dahan. From discard. I'll heal up these Dahan that I forgot to do last time. I get 1 energy. And I could hold off on flow like water, reach like air, but I think I want to use it. It's a fast power, so it's not a big deal. Because that'll let me clear out a 7. Of course, if I do that, then I won't threshold Carapace Land, and I need that, actually. So I think I'll save that until next turn, yeah. And next turn I might be able to threshold it. So let's go with Promises Protection and Carapace Land. I'm going to go from bottom. Oh, that's right, I'm going to have 3 card plays, so it'll be fine. So add a presence to a lane with Dahan in a range of 3. Let's start going over to River's board. And yeah, I may as well just play all my cards. I can reclaim next turn. And that's okay. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go into fast powers. So fast powers here, I'm going to use Melt Earth into Quicksand onto a 5. Does 1 fear, 2 damage, which will kill the town. Get me another fear. Isolate that land, and then after invaders or Dahan are moved into that land, then destroy them. Moved, yeah, so just moved. Then I've got Flow like water, reach like air, so I'm going to target this land here. Target myself, so target spirit gets +2 range with all of its powers, and I may push one of their presence to an adjacent land, bringing up to 2 explorers, 2 towns, and 2 Dahan. I'm going to leave the Dahan behind. Oh, the other thing, I wanted to pull this Dahan in here, and 1 presence along with it. That was from just my bonus space of gathering Dahan. But the other presence that's left behind will gather in those towns and explorers, and they get destroyed thanks to Melt Earth into Quicksand. Alright. So that is a nice combo. Then I've got Haven, so I can defend 4 somewhere. I've got the 2nd level, so I can do an adjacent land. And realized I screwed up because I can't defend this because I don't have presence there. So that is unfortunate, but I think I'm fine with how that worked out. So I'll take the blight. I think that's okay. Maybe. I mean, I can do it there. They'll put the city there, though, which I don't love. Yeah, I'll go to a blighted island. It's fine. I was expecting to anyway. So we'll see. Maybe I have 2 fear cards, so it's possible they might save me. Sure. So now I can do Carapace Land. I've got threshold, so defend 6. So I'm going to defend 6 into a 8. I think I'll do Promises of Protection. Let's see, it's from a sacred site. 2 range from a sacred site, so I'm going to target B8 and gather 2 Dahan into that land. Those Dahan have +2 health while on target land. So that's good. And more likely that an event or fear card will let me add some defense there. Alright. Warn of Impending Conflict. Let's see. Yeah, so that's not a Ravaging land. That's fine. Yep. So Warn of Impending Conflict. In one of my lands, I can deal damage before the invaders during Ravages. So I guess I'll just do that here. And keep watch for new incursions. I can gather up to 2 Dahan from my lands only. So let's start getting into A2. So I'm gathering these 2 Dahan into A2, and I'll move my presence along with them. And I think that's everything. I do have the 3rd level of Haven as well, so I guess I could have gathered Dahan somewhere. I don't know, I kind of messed up with Haven, so with my presence, so it doesn't really matter where I do that. Gather up to E Dahan. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so I think that's all set, so I'm going to go ahead and go to an event. I've got Far Off Wars Touch the Island. I seem to get this a lot. It's an interesting event. Invaders from a different distant land launch an assault upon the island. Invaders here rally together in a wave of nationalism. Defending the island with them might come at too high a price. Add a fear card to the top of the fear deck. On each board in the land with the most towns and cities, choose to either do 4 fear and destroy half the towns rounded up and half the cities rounded up. And add 2 blight without cascading. Or blunt the offensive. Yeah. I think I like that, because I'm not going to lose presence. Yeah, so let's go here. I'm going to destroy both of these. So I get 4 fear, plus 3 for the destruction, so that gets that fear card back. I do add 2 blight there. Oop. And then I've got All Things Weakened. So ongoing, starting next turn, invaders and Dahan have -1 health. Ooh, that's not great, but at least I do give Dahan extra health. The land takes blight on 1 less damage. And when I add blight, it destroys all presence and beasts in that land, and 1 blight or 1 presence in an adjacent land. Oof, that's pretty bad. Okay, so All Things Weaken. The fact that towns and cities, all invaders have less health means Melt Earth into Quicksand can kill a city, so that's good. But that's still a little bit risky. Although I'm going to be getting higher levels of Warn of Impending Conflict soon. Keep watch for new incursions, so I'll be able to do a lot of damage with Hearth-Vigil. Hopefully I have the defense to keep up with that. Alright, so that's fine. A lot of fear for that. And I'll probably encourage the destruction on board B as well. So I can wipe out... I mean, that coastal B2 land. It's probably a good one to clear. They are gonna have the explorers. Yeah, I think that's alright. Non-mining lands. I'll have to do something about it, but yeah, let's do it here. So, so that'll be 7 fear there as well. And 2 blight getting added to that land without cascading. So I've only got 3 blight left on the card. My goal now, because blight being added for the future is going to be really bad, so my goal will be to avoid any blight getting added. Alright, then ecosystem damage, add 1 Badlands to a land with blight. Let's see, that one's defended 6, they're not doing any damage there. It'll be a lot easier to deal with a 6, I think. If I go in there, I just have to make sure that the Dahan survive, but they have 5 health each, so I think that's alright. So let's go in there. And here. Because that'll be easy to wipe out with Melt Earth and this Quicksand with the Badlands. Return to Old Pillars. On each board, gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land with Dahan setup symbols. Gather that. And here, gather that guy. Hopefully I get some sort of defense. Well, it's next turn that all things weaken, not this turn, so that's fine. Alright, so Panicked by Wild Beast. Each player adds 1 strife in a land with or adjacent to beasts. Let's go here. And here. Depart the dangerous land. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with beast disease or at least 2 Dahan. I'm not worried about A2. Keeping the disease there might be good, but let's see. I think stopping the blight's going to be good, so I'm going to remove a town and explorer from there. And then flee the pestilent land. Each player removes up to 3 health invaders from a land with disease, or 1 invader from an inland land. I guess I'll just do that guy. And, okay. Maybe I'll just remove both from here. They're going to stop the build there. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll remove both from here. Okay. So that was Flee the Pestilent Land, Ravage and Jungle. This one's defended 6. They're doing 6 damage, so nothing. And my Dahan will fight back and destroy the city and the 3 explorers. For 2 fear. Pushes me into Terror level 2. Nothing here. Here, this one, just 1 damage. And all things are not weakening yet, so that's okay. Alright, next is the build. So they're going to build in wetlands. So I'll just lose this. Here they will build. And then we get the mining boom, so they're going to build in a land with an explorer. There's only 1 land with an explorer on board A, actually, so I have to build over in A2. But I think that's alright. I can probably defend that just fine. Alright, and this board, let's see. If I do B2, then that's not going to be a mining land, so I don't have to worry about it from the mining, the salt deposits card. So I think B2 is alright. Because it's going to explore, I should be able to defend it or something. We'll see. Okay. Then I've got salt deposits. So they're going to explore into non-mining lands. A lot of explorations. This one's isolated. I'll see how many of those explorers I can clean up so that I don't have to worry about all those builds. Alright, here we go. Alright, so that was that. Now I go to slow powers. Don't have a lot of fast powers. But I do have River's Bounty, which I think I want to do here. So let's gather 2 Dahan in there. Now there are at least 2 Dahans, so I can add another one and gain 1 energy. Alright, that's that. So that's it. I'm going to discard cards and go back to growth. I've got to reclaim with Hearth-Vigil, which is okay. Adding presence at range 0. I think I'll go over here. Yeah, that's fine. With River, I don't need to worry about B5 just yet. I can get in there because Melt Earth into Quicksand is a fast power. I can wait to deal with that until a future turn. So with that in mind, I could try to keep playing, but I don't think I want to. So what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to defend this one for sure. I can defend it 4, so I can defend it fully. And I can also use Promise's Protection to get some Dahan in there for counterattacks, so that will be okay. I might have to start worrying about over-defend, though, just in case we get events that add invader damage. Yeah, so we'll see if I have to worry about that. I am going to reclaim, gain 1 energy. And a power card. I'm going to gain a miner. Let's see if I can get something that will help me threshold Melt Earth into Quicksand. Cycles of Time and Tide is good. I'm a little pressured on Blight, so being able to remove that's great, and being able to add Dahan is always fantastic. I did get Sucking Ooze, so that's kind of the Melt Earth into Quicksand partner as well. Fire in the Sky is always a great card, and Veil the Ninth Sense is pretty good here, but I think I want either Cycles of Time and Tide or Sucking Ooze, because they kind of hit my elements pretty well. Two Fear and Isolates. Fast 2 Fear, which is not bad. But I think I like Cycles in Time and Tide. I can add Dahan, and I'm kind of all about that. So let's go with that. Hello, Percy. Alright, remove these markers. So I only have to defend 1 land this turn in B1. All these lands with single explorers are not really going to be an issue. They're all going to build, but then they won't be mining lands, so they won't ravage the turn after. So it's the lands with more stuff that are a little bit more dangerous. So reclaim, gained 4 energy. I don't think that I'm going to Melt Earth into Quicksand just yet. I'm going to save that and see if possibly I'll get a water card on Hearth-Vigil so that it can threshold Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air next turn. So that'll be a fantastic combo if I can get it. So I'll set that aside. And I'll probably go with... I'll set Wash Away aside as well, because that combos well. Let's see, he's got plenty of energy, so I can save Boon of Vigor and just go with Cycles of Time and Tide and River's Bounty. Just keep adding Dahan to the board and let them win the game for me. If I can get a defense card with River, that would be great. Alright, so Hearth-Vigil, added my presence at range 0. I've reclaimed, get 1 energy. I'm saving Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air, but I do have 3 card plays. So I think I'll do Favors of Story and Season. And I want one of my air cards, so Call of Vigilance, because that's going to keep watch for new incursions. And then the other thing is that I want to Warn of Impending Conflict. If I can hit the 2nd level of that, I'll be able to stop that from blighting, maybe. I don't know, because they've got extra health. That's right. Or they only need to do 1 damage to the land to do it. So I'd need to hit a higher level. Might actually need to defend that land, which I don't love, but it is okay. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, let's pay for my cards. And then get into fast powers. So first up, I'm going to use my bonus space here to gather 1 Dahan into this land. I can defend that 6. I'm going to go ahead and defend this 6 with Carapace Land. I'll use Favors of Story and Season over on River. So River is going to gather just 2 Dahan, I think is fine, into this land. Which lets it get an energy. And can reclaim a power card at the end of the turn instead of discarding it. So I'll just put a marker on one of these. With Cycles of Time and Tide, I'm going to go ahead and add a Dahan right here. Could start removing all that blight, but I'm not super worried about it at the moment. Getting more Dahan, better. Alright, so that's that. Then I've got Haven, so I can fully defend this land, defend 4 into B1. Don't have an Earth, so I don't have a 2nd defend, but that's maybe fine. It's potentially an issue here because of blighted card. Shoot, so maybe I'll leave 1 there and gather from here instead. Yeah. And hopefully get an event or fear card that adds defense per Dahan. It's not unlikely. So that's that. I mean, I could just guarantee it if I did Wash Away. I kind of wanted to combo Wash Away with Melt Earth into Quicksand, though. Maybe that's too risky. No, I think it's fine. I'll play with that. I think it's good. Alright. I've also got the next level. So in target land or an adjacent land with my presence, I can gather up to 4 Dahan. So I'll just gather 1 over here. So I want to leave those in B7, I think. I can give the Dahan extra health if I do this. I'm going to gather this Dahan and then follow along with those presents. Okay, so that's not fine, but it is what it is. Alright, Warn of Impending Conflict. So once Dahan deal damage before invaders, so I'll just do that here so that I don't have to worry about that potentially blighting. And keep watch for new incursions. can have a couple places that could do that. Let's see, what's coming up? I have already played Wetlands, so stage 2 card could be anything else. It could be mountains. Yeah. So let's do that. Could be potentially good in A6 because of the Badlands there, so I'm going to keep watch for new incursions in A6. So if something gets added in there, I can do 1 damage per Dahan on target land to those added and removed invaders only. It's okay. I'm going to do A8 instead. No, because I know that they're going to turn this into a mining land, so I'll just do... I don't have a sacred site within my range of that, do I? No, I don't. Okay, yeah, I'll do this one. Okay, that's fine. So let's go to an event. I've got Power Fades, of course, I always get the Blighted Island cards. So each player chooses independently to destroy 2 of their presents, forget 2 of their powers, or take 1 blight from the blight card and remove it from the game. Well, that would be super risky. But since All Things Weaken is going to make it really difficult or really bad to take blight anyway, maybe I'll just do that. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll go for some brinksmanship. Just remove 2 blight from the blight card. Sand Fever Outbreak on each board, add 1 disease to the Sandstorm Mountains with the most towns and cities. And then Offerings and Pattern Dance, each pair with at least 2 Gnawing Months lands gains an energy, which both of them very much do. Just exchange. Okay. Fear card. Tire level 2, so Dahan Reclaim Fishing Grounds. Each player chooses a different coastal land with Dahan. Gather up to 1 Dahan and then 1 damage per Dahan. Cool. So I can wipe out A2. Let's see, B1 is defended 4, so that's fine. I can maybe stop a build if I pull that there, so that'll be good. So let's do that one. So that'll kill that guy. And then I'll gather him over there. Kill that guy. Alright, Ravage in Wetlands. This one's defended 6. Dahan will fight back. Give me 2 fear. This one's defended 4. They're doing 4 damage. So Dahan will fight back. Destroy that one. Right here, Dahan are attacking before the invaders, so they will just kill that guy before he gets a chance to kill them. Remember, they have -1 health, although with my presence there, they do have a lot more. So that was the Ravage. Salt deposits, they're going to build in non-mining lands. I've got a bunch of those. They will build here, then that town will immediately get destroyed, so that's fine. Here. Here. And here. As that shifts over, they're going to do a mining boom in a land with an explorer. I think that's just once this turn, okay. I can't do this again. So there's nowhere that I can really turn into a non-mining lands. B2 is an issue. I'm going to have to do something about that, so I don't want to do it there. This next turn is going to be pretty bad. I think I need to do it in B5. So I can wipe that land out pretty effectively. And then on this board, I think I will do it over in A8. Alright, I kind of expected that, but that's fine. So we got mountains. So this land, definitely a problem. So melt earth into quicksand is going to be my saving grace there. It's fine, yeah. So that. And then explore in two, let's see, this will be two non-mining lands, non-mountains. So let's go there. There. And there. Okay, so that's that turn. Now we go ahead and go over to the slow phase. So I've got Call to Vigilance. So 2 fear if invaders are present, and then I can push stuff around, which is good. For each in the origin land. So unfortunately I can't reach this one, so I can't push stuff out of there. Earth into quicksand's gonna be pretty strong, so I might want to get some stuff into A2, or I could just stop a build, push out of A1. Yeah, let's just do that. I'm gonna push this guy out here, 2 fear. Then I've got River's Bounty. Where's the best place for that? Probably the mountain. So let's gather 2 Dahan into here. I add a Dahan and gain 1 energy. Alright, so those are my slow powers. I'm going to discard cards and go back to growth. And I might be taking a little break here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think I'm good. Alright, I'm going to reclaim River's Bounty at the end of the turn, thanks to Favors of Story and Season. Actually, maybe I'll reclaim Cycles of Time and Tide instead, because it gives me the flexibility to remove Blight instead. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So that gets discarded. Still have these. Okay. Discard all of these. Alright, so I'm going to gain a power card, and my goal here is to gain a card with water, and if I do, I'm in really good shape. So with that in mind, let's gain a miner, and the chance that you get a card with 1 element in a 4-card draw is something like 83%. So I did get 1. Just 1 card. So I need to play that, which is fine. It's a good card. So I'll get Twilight Fog Brings Madness. I'm going to add from bottom so I can get to 4 card plays. Has to be a lane with the Han, so let's just go in here, set up another Sacred Site. And I get 1 energy. I'm going to play Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air. Promises Protection, as well as Coordinated Raid. Just all my cards. That should hit some pretty good thresholds. Over on River, I would love to get the 3-card plays. Getting that Reclaim 1 I think is also pretty good. And I think if I can get a Sacred Site into B2, I'm going to be in good shape. So I'm going to go Growth 2 and go from bottom. To get a Sacred Site in B2. I guess I don't need it because I do have the sacred site next to it, but I need a presence there, so... so instead of that, I could put this one somewhere else. Let's go here. Yeah, because I can hold off, and I'll do a reclaim. I can do the combo with full like water, reach like air again next turn. So this will be good. Seven things. Yeah, B2 is a big problem. Okay, but I think I might be in okay shape. So that's what I have. I'm gonna reclaim River's Bounty. I've got 3 card plays. I get 4 energy, which will pay for Melt Earth into Quicksand right away. Do I have another Fast Gather? I do. So this will be nice. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, that's too far away. That's okay. So if I can get into there. Okay. I'll be able to do this combo, I think. So I added my presence up here. Instead, I'm going to do it right here, because that's going to be a little bit better. Yep. Alright, let's go Cycles of Time and Tide. Got a 3rd card play. Boon of Vigor, maybe? Yeah, I don't need the Gather. Oh, that's not bad. So River's Bounty or Boon of Vigor. Probably Boon of Vigor just to give a burst of energy over to Hearth-Vigil. Once I get to 4 card plays, I'm going to be able to threshold Melt Earth into Quicksand, so that'll be quite nice. But even without that, I think I'm in reasonable shape here. So let's go with those. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, let's go ahead and play my cards. See what happens. So first up, I'm going to use... Cycles of Time and Tide to remove this blight, and hopefully that will save that, just in case they blight. Then I'm going to use Promise of Protection to gather 2 Dahan into here, and those Dahan have an extra 2 health, so I'll just set a marker for that. Next I'm going to use Haven, so I'll defend 4 in this land, and this land, so these are both defended 4. I can't remove E health worth invaders yet. I need another card. So that's okay. Reclaim next turn. Yeah. So. Or maybe not reclaim. We'll see. Okay, so that's that. I can't remove E health worth invaders, so that's fine. Yeah, okay, cool. So Boon of Vigor also going over to Hearth-Vigil, so it gains 4 energy, 1 for each card in play. I'm going to use Melt Earth into Quicksand here, so it's 1 fear. Isolates that land. Does 2 damage, and the invaders have -1 health, so with that 2 damage I can do 3 thanks to the Badlands, and kill the city and a town. For 3 more fear. Then after invaders are moved into target land, I destroy them. So I'm going to use Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air with the Threshold to move this presence into here. And I'll also move the city, 2 towns, and the Explorer in there, which all get destroyed thanks to Melt Earth into Quicksand for 4 more fear. pretty good. This one's no longer a mining land either, so that's not going to ravage, so that's really good. So I've done Promise of Protection, Flow Like Air. I have not done Warrant of Impending Conflict, but I don't know that there's anywhere that it really helps, because they're not ravaging in any of my lands. So yeah, that doesn't really do much. Keep watch for new incursions. I think I do have the first level, or the second level, so I can gather, and once they're added into that land, I can do 1 damage per ton. So, where's stuff gonna get added? I'm not sure. Depends on the exploration. So, I guess I'll go just... Let's see, water's not coming up, so I don't have to worry about that space. So let's move 2 of those to Han here so I can get closer to that land. Oh, that's going to be a flow like water, reach like airspace. So, yeah, I'll just move them in here, and I'll keep watch for new incursions in this land. Alright, I think that's good. Hopefully I can get a fear from the event, so I get 2 fear cards. That'll be nice, hopefully, to deal with B2. So we've got an event. Finally not a Bladed Island card event. Seeking the Interior. So, we've got actually stage 2, so local diaspora, in the single land with the most invaders, which is this one, A6. Ah, that's really bad. That's game losing right there. So we'll see if fear cards help me out. If not, I might redo this. But single lane with the most invaders. Yep, it's got to be that one. So push an explorer here. Town there. Town there. It's causing 2 ravages, so that's potentially game losing here. If it's game losing, I'll mark it as a loss and then draw a new event just to see what happens, because I'm pretty far into this game. So each beast generates 1 fear if our invaders are present, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 fear. Not bad. And then forsake the barren land on each board. Push 2 to Han from a land with blight to a land without blight. Yeah, that's gonna screw up my counterattack here. So that's just a terrible event all around. So let's push these 2, I guess, to a land. Just there. And then there, let's go with this guy. These 2 there. Okay, terrible event for me. So 2 fear cards carry level 2 though, so we'll see if this saves me from a loss. Struggles over farmland. I don't know why I said it like that. Each player adds 1 strife to a town or adds 1 strife in a land with blight. And that will save this land. And Weary of the Interior, each player removes 1 explorer or town from an inland land. There we go, that saves me. I'll remove these guys right there. And now those are no longer mining lands. Oof, okay. Alright, so Salt Deposits comes up. They're going to ravage in mining lands. So I'll just lose this bugger. No other mining lands on this board. This one's defended 4. They're doing 4 damage, so the Han will fight back and wipe it out. This one, fortunately, the event forced my Dahan out of there, so I don't get to fight back, but I do at least save that land from blighting. With a defend 4. That land's still going to be a big problem. They're going to ravage. They're going to successfully ravage now. So now they will build in mountains. They'll ravage here. Might have a solution. So upgrade. I think I do have a solution. Possibly. If I can get presence over there. Which is doable. Okay. Yeah, it's doable. So, alright, so I think I am okay. So I'm going to upgrade this town to a city. This shifts over. They're going to build in a land with explorers. So definitely that coastal land there, because that keeps it a non-mining land. And I think I'm just going to do here, because I have a plan for it now. Yeah. This got destroyed. And then explore into jungle with the escalation. So jungle is good. We'll explore here, and since we're keeping watch for new incursions, they'll immediately die. This jungle gets explored. This one, so adding a bunch of mining lands. Very, very dangerous. And then two non-mining sands or wetlands. So this one for sure, that's where my plan is centered on. Here. Let's go. It's gonna make more mining lands. Man, that's real bad. Here, it's easier to defend. And here, because it's got a beast. Okay, so that's my escalation. Okay, so yeah, so things are looking rough, so let's go to slow powers. I don't have many. I've got Twilight Fog brings madness. It's one range. So let's see where I want to do that. Problem is, all things weaken is leaving 1 damage pings really bad. Really, really bad. See, they'll all die if I do that, so I don't want to do that there. Let's go here. Now, pushing 1 Han doesn't do much for me, so if I do it there, that Dahan will die, because the Dahan have -1 health. I have to do it in the land where I have presence, really. So let's go here. Let that town get pushed there because of local diaspora. Alright, so let's go there, push that Dahan out. Actually, no, I'll just target this land, so I don't have to worry about it. So that was Twilight Fog brings madness. That's the only slow power that I had, so I'm going to discard cards, go back to growth. I think I'm going to reclaim again, or reclaim with Hearth-Vigil. Add a presence from top. Let's go here. Now, if I do hit the highest level of War Nymph and Pending Conflict, then in all of my lands, to Han deal damage before invaders, so that would be pretty cool, but I don't think that's the play here. I've got a different plan in mind. Okay, so with River, discard cards, get back to growth. I don't really want to might have to reclaim. I think that's alright. So I gain a power card and energy. I gain 5 energy. Let's do another miner. Hope for a defend miner. So I do have elusive ambushes. That's pretty good. So yeah, I'm going with that. I've got the energy to support it. None of the other cards had defense. So this is 1 damage, also not bad, but the defend 4 is going to be quite strong. So elusive ambushes is the play. Alright, so defense. Yeah. Cool. I think this plan will work. Maybe. We'll see if it saves me. Alright, so that's my power card. I'm going to melt Earth into quicksand again. Let's see, there are mountains. So I can defend that one. And an adjacent land with my presence. Okay. I can't quite threshold melt Earth into quicksand yet, so I think I'll save Cycles of Time and Tide and Wash Away so I can try to threshold it next turn. I don't need the adjacent land defense just yet either. Actually, these 2 lands are ravaging, so I probably do. No, I can just do it just in this land and I'll figure something out for that one. So Cycles of Time and Tide, they're going to ravage twice there. Okay, so I'll have to rely on fear cards. Risky, but it is what it is. Elusive ambushes. There are not a lot of cities left on the board, so if I can clear them out, then I do win. I'm going to clear out a couple in the fast phase. Clear out a couple in the ravage. Yeah, so actually all of the cities should be dead this turn. Which is interesting. So if I can push enough fear, it's a lot of fear away though. But yeah, all the cities will be dead this turn. So let's go Cycles of Time and Tide as well. And I'm back again. So, trying to close this game out. I've got my turn set up here for River. Now I'm going to try to figure out how to hopefully clean this game up with Hearth-Vigil. So it's going to be tricky. Basically, I have 20 fear left to get to Terra level 3. All of these cities on the map, all 3 cities, should be destroyed in the Ravage phase. So if I can get there without losing everything to all of the Ravages that are coming out this turn, remember, I can choose the order of the Ravages. So as long as I choose the order right and get those cities killed, I should win in the Ravage phase, as long as I can generate 20 fear. It's quite a bit to do, so we'll see if I can get there. So, with that in mind, I definitely need to do my flow like water, reach like air combo again with Twilight Fog brings madness. Let's see, I'm gonna get 2 energy, so pay for that. Alright, my ones are gone. I do have a couple more card plays as well. And we'll see if that can generate the fear that I need. So I need Promises Protection. I need to have Dahan push. And I think I need Favors of Story and Season. I think with that, let's see, I'm not doing Carapace Land. I don't have the card plays for it. So I'm going to have to hope that I can generate the fear. So let me see if I can count it up. So I need 20. Destroying the 3 cities will get me 6. I'll get 1 from Melt Earth into Quicksand, so 7. I should get a couple more from destroying towns, so let's say 3 more, so 10. It's not too close. So really I'm relying on a fear card potentially generating, getting me a lot of fear. Call the Vigilance is slow. So I mean, I could do Carapace Land if I wanted to play it safe and try to defend some stuff, but I'm going to get at least 2 fear cards, Terror level 2, and an event, so possibly I'll be able to stop some Ravages just with that. Those fear cards might be okay. I've got Elusive Ambushes as well, so I can defend 4 somewhere, so yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to play these cards and see where my chips fall. It's going to be a very, very close game. Basically, I can't let them Ravage. If they get to the Ravage phase, the Ravage phase is going to be the end of this game, most likely. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so setting things up. I'm going to do Favors of Story and Season over on River. It's going to gather 2 Dahan into this land, and I'm going to drag these 2 presents along with it. River gets an energy for that. Okay. Then, River is going to go ahead and use Haven. So, Call to a Sunlit Haven, targeting B4. So B4 is going to be defended 4. I'll mark that here. And adjacent land is going to be defended 4. Adjacent land with my presence, so I guess I'll do it here. Maybe push an invader in there. Yeah, it's fine. Then, in target or adjacent land with my presence, I can gather. Oh, I need to. So I'm going to need to play River's Bounty because I need to have the animal for gathering Dahan. So switching that up. River's Bounty instead of Cycles of Time and Tide. That's fine. Okay, so now I have the 3rd level. So now I can gather up to E Dahan. Let's gather 2 Dahan in here. Okay, so that's that. Then I'm going to use Promises Protection to gather 1 Dahan into this land. Actually, I'll gather 2. Since I moved this last Dahan into B2, I can drag my presence along with it. So I get a Sacred Site there. So that was Promises Protection. Now I'm going to use Melt Earth into Quicksand on this land. So it's 1 fear, 2 damage. And anytime invaders are moved into that target land, I destroy them. Now, I'm going to use Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air to pull... Maybe I did need the defense. No, I think I can get away without it because I have Warn of Impending Conflict. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So I also need to gather 1 Dahan into a land. Let's gather this one here. So I have 2 Dahan there. So that was just with my bonus space. Now let's do Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air. So I have the threshold, so I'm going to move a presence into land B1. I'm going to drag a city 2 towns and an explorer and destroy all of them, which is 4 fear. Okay. I'm going to warn of impending conflict, so let's see, how many sun do I have? I have 4 sun, 2 earth, so I have the 3rd level here. So I'm going to target A6. In that land, all the Han deal damage before invaders during ravages. Alright, elusive ambushes. I'm going to go ahead and use... Let's see, defend 4, so... Rafting there. A couple places I can use that. Let's go ahead and use elusive ambushes here. So this one's defended 4. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I've used Melt Earth into Quicksand, I've used elusive ambushes, used Call to a Sunlit Haven. I've used Favors of Story and Season, Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air, Promise of Protection. The only fast power I have that I've not used is Keep Watch for New Incursions. So actually, I could have used that for the Gather instead of Promises of Protection. So maybe I can go ahead and use Carapace Land just for safety. No, because they're gonna do before. Yeah, so instead of Promises of Protection, let's say that I use the Gather from Keep Watch for New Incursions to get my Dahan in here instead. Still works the same way. I do have the 2nd level, so if invaders are added or moved into that land, it's 1 damage per Dahan, but that's probably not going to happen. And I'll use Carapace Land with the threshold, so it's defense 6 up here. 4 damage during ravages. Okay. Alright, so I think that's all I can do. Now I'm a little bit reliant on fear cards and events to carry me through, so hopefully I get some good ones. So let's do an event first. I've got Dahan trade with the invaders. Some seek knowledge, others are interested in tools and trade goods, still others simply curious. All hope to avoid violence, and the invaders seem amenable, at least for now. You may ignore their interests. Dahan do not participate in ravages this turn. That is absolutely not what I'm doing. Display your wrath of this betrayal. Costs us 2 energy per player, aided by fire. Each spirit with Dahan in their lands destroys 1 and generates 1 fear. So the fear is needed, so that might be okay, actually. And yeah, I'm not going to change them because I need Dahan to participate in ravages this turn. So I'm going to display my wrath. Sorry, I'm Dahan spirits in this game, but I'm angry at them for not winning me this game sooner. So let's destroy this one and this one. The cost is 2 energy per player, so I'll just pay for that from River because it's got infinite energy basically. Swap some of these ones out. And that generates me 2 fear. Okay, then Plague's Shift. On each board, push 1 disease to the adjacent land with the most invaders. Awesome. So let's go disease there. And there's no disease over there, so that's fine. So that's still pretty good. Alright, 1 fear card, target level 2. Mimic the Dahan. Each player replaces 1 explorer or town with 1 Dahan in a land with 2 or more Dahan. So that one's defended 4. That one I can't do. Shoot. If I defended this one instead, it might have worked. Okay. Let's replace this town with a Dahan. this one too. Okay. So Ravage order matters quite a bit here. Let's go ahead and do this land first. It's salt deposit. So it's defended. Well, the Dahan are attacking first during the Ravage. So they do, Dahan do 2 damage. They're going to do 3 damage thanks to the Badlands, so they can do 5 damage before the invaders do anything. Cities have 2 health, towns have 1, so that's enough to clear this land out. And that's 5 fear. One fear card away, no cities on the map. Okay, so order matters. This one's defended 4, no damage. Dahan will fight back and kill the town and explorer. Okay, order matters. So this one, it's going to be defended 4 from Call to a Sunlit Haven. So that's no damage. Dahan will fight back. Destroy all of that. This one's just going to lose its disease. I think I'm going to lose here because of A4 and A5. So, yeah, was there a way that I could have done anything about that? I don't think so. So, yeah, they're going to go ahead and ravage A4 as well because it's a mining land. So, it will get the last blight when these guys gets upgraded. So very narrow loss. I was 6 fear away from winning this game, but I couldn't quite close it out. I don't think there was anything here in this last turn that I could have done differently to stop that. So, so just off really. Very close game. So I'm gonna see, maybe run this back a little bit, but it was a good game. I have no problems with it. I do like this combination of spirits. Haven's interesting. It does make makes River play quite a bit differently. I'm not sure if the way that I played it is best. Rushing to the 3 energy spot on turn 2, it seemed to be pretty good. So I don't think that I messed that up too much. And Hearth-Vigil seems very strong. I misplayed so much this game and still almost eked out the victory. So the fact that I had that, yeah, it was close. This was a very close one. So let me go ahead. I'm going to clean this up, score it up. I'll see if I run it back. Either way, it's good to see a loss as well. See what I can do wrong, so feel free to give me any pointers in the comments below about what you think I could have done differently this game in order to win this one instead. A narrow loss against the Habsburg Mining Expedition level 6. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see everybody next time.